Hi guys, my name is Hayden and today's video is about my US visa application experience. Just for a little bit of a background, I applied for my visa in November of 2025. I got approved in January 2026 and I went to the US in May. I'm gonna share with you everything that I know and everything that I've learned and researched through Facebook groups that I've joined and TikTok videos that I've watched. First and foremost, what is the US visa type that I applied for? So I applied for the B1/B2 tourist visa, meaning I'm going there temporarily for a vacation. But if you're planning to move there or migrate there or study there or work there or live with your family or live with your boyfriend and get married, then this is not the video for you. I'm sorry, that's a totally different process. So you can click out of the video right now. But if you just want to go to the US and get a 10-year multiple entry visa, then welcome. A lot of people think that applying for US visa takes a lot of time, but ang bilis lang niya. So let's start with step 0. Before you apply for your US visa, make sure that you have the prerequisites. And the prerequisites are number 1, passport. Syempre, I assume you guys already have a passport. Number 2, employment information. I also assume that you guys are employed kasi otherwise, how are you gonna pay for your ticket, diba? Either employed or if you have your own business, make sure you have your business documents ready. Number 3, address to stay and US contact if meron. For example, ako, I have a friend who lives in New York, so I had to ask her kung anong address yung bahay niya dun. So, lastly, make sure you have a digital photo. Yung parang 2x2, meron silang guidelines on what the US visa photo should look like dapat formal yung suot mo and stuff. But you only need a digital copy, you don't need a physical one. So now that you know the things that you need to prepare for your application, these are the things that you don't need. So, 1, you don't need to book a flight yet, and you don't need to book a hotel yet. Kasi nag-a-apply ka pa lang naman ng visa eh. So, don't book anything. Sayang pera if ma-deny, diba? Travel insurance, you don't need this yet. Invitation letter from your friend or your family that you're staying with, you don't need this. All you need to know is their address para mailagay mo siya sa application form, but you don't need to bring any invitation letter. Step 1 is to fill out your DS-160 form online. This is all in the website. I'm showing you right here. Go to this website, apply for the non-immigrant visa, and just fill out the form. On the first page, you'll see there's a little guide down there on what the photo should look like. So you can just follow these guidelines. Now, when you start the application, you'll see the first page. It shows you the application ID. This one is very important. Save nyo yan because you'll need it later on. And then you can just start filling out the forms. There are sample answers there and guidelines. If you have to pause through this video to look at what some of the answers I put in there, feel free to take a screenshot and just use this video as a guide. As you can see, I'm just answering all the questions, providing personal information. All of these naman you should be able to know already. So for the visa type, it should be this one, temporary business or pleasure, which is the US B1 or B2 visa. If you have any travel plans, if specific yung dates, you can click yes. In my case, medyo tentative, so I just put no. And then if anyone is traveling with you, I said no kasi solo travel lang ako nun. And then these ones, just basic questions, just answer them. I don't know what else to say here. Sige, let's watch and see what else is here. So for this one, I was so surprised that they asked for the social media. I don't know if this was done before, pero binigay ko na lang din yung Instagram and Facebook links ko dyan or usernames. But I just clicked no dun sa do you wish to share information from your social media. And my social media is private anyway, so wala naman sila makikita dun. So I just put all the information that they asked for. Sige, let's go and see what else is here. Oh, for the contact information, I just put my friend's name there. Obviously, fake names yung nilalagay ko right now for data privacy and stuff, but you can just put your friend's information. And I think that having a US contact is required kasi hindi nagpo-proceed yung form if I don't put any information of a US contact. So that's one thing that I don't know. Kailangan talaga ata na may US contact ka dun so that you can verify your information if needed. But anyway, if you have any questions and if anything is unclear on this part of the video, please feel free to like comment them down below and I will answer your questions as much as I can. Just put the timestamp or like ask, oh, sa part na to, why did you put this? Can I put this? I'll try to answer all of your questions. So yeah, this is kind of a long form, but it's not that hard to answer. Just have to sit down and do like 15 minutes to answer everything. And then for this part naman, the security and background check. I don't know why ang daming questions dyan, but I just put no in all of them kasi wala naman akong crimes na ginawa in my past. So after the security and background, I think it's pretty much done. Just upload your photo. So here's a sample photo. It will say if it passed their standards and it will give you a summary of your form so you can review if anything is correct or needs to be edited. And then at the last part, just put your e-signature and sign and submit. Then you will get an email from them with a completed form. So ito na yung ipiprint out nyo and this is what you're gonna use for the rest of your application. When you print it out, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, digital lang yung photo. Pinrint lang siya. Then after you fill out the DS-160 form online, then you can now pay the visa fee online also. I'm gonna share with you the page right here. Transition. Ta-da! So this is the next website that you have to go to. Just sign up and create an account first. And then once you have an account, just log in on the same website. And then this is what you'll see. Click Start a New Application. Visa option is Non-Immigrant. Embassy is Manila. Visa category is B1, B2. Just click that. This is where you put the DS-160 application ID that I told you to save earlier. And just continue filling out the rest of the forms until you get to the page where they ask you for your pickup preferences for your passport. Now you can choose to have it delivered to your house. You can choose a premium location like the SM malls, or you can just pick it up from the embassy. Then it will take you to the page where you can pay the visa fee, which is 11,470 pesos, and you can pay through cash or online. Once you've paid for your visa fee, then you can proceed to book your appointment for two things. First appointment is the biometrics, and the second appointment is for the interview. So this is the landing page. After mong magbayad ng fee, it will take you to this page where you can select your appointment schedule for your biometrics and your interview. So ikaw pipili kung anong oras yung nag-work for you, and then you will receive the appointment confirmation for both schedules. And just print it out. This is the actual folder that I brought to my interview. I printed out my DS-160 form. Another thing that you need to bring is the appointment confirmation. So ito, naka-email naman to sa'yo lahat. You just have to print it out and bring it. Also, the passport pala. So passport and these two things. The biometric is in PARQAL Mall. Malapit siya sa may MOA area. Mabilis lang yung process. When you get to PARQAL Mall, you see people lining up already. So let's say 6:30 a.m. ka pumunta dun. Usually in 30 minutes, you're done. Kasi meron ng mga nakaschedule for 7 a.m. So just make sure that you go there on time, at least 15 minutes before your appointment para makapila ka na. As you can see, tatatakan nila yan kapag na-complete mo na yung biometrics mo. Next is the interview. So yung interview, I scheduled it the next day para mabilis lang yung process. Bring this again to the interview along with your passport and some other supporting documents. Certificate of employment. I printed out my payslips, some bank statements. I think I brought like 3 months worth. Although, honestly, this whole folder right here na dinala ko sa interview, hindi nila tinignan. Parang, hindi man lang nila binuksan, hindi man lang tinignan. Hindi talaga nila tinitignan to. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. Yung interview and sa biometrics, one thing to know is you're not supposed to bring your phone. So make sure that when you go to the biometrics in the interview, meron kang companion or may kasama ka para may mapag-iiwanan ka ng cellphone. The interview is located in the US Embassy in Rojas Boulevard. What I did personally was I booked a hotel across, tawid lang from the embassy. Kasi 6:30 a.m. yung appointment ko. Sobrang agad, diba? Pero at least tapos na ako agad by 7 a.m. So 6:15, nakapila na ako sa labas. So ka lang doon, bring the forms that I just showed you. First step is parang initial screening. So they're just gonna ask you, where are you going? So I just said, New York. And what's your purpose of travel? I just said, tourism. Yun lang, as in literally 2 questions. And then they made me go to this other window, so may second window. And yun yung medyo mas mahaba ng onte. Kasi yung sa first window, Pilipino pa yung nagtanong sa akin eh. But the second window, foreigner na yung guy dun. These are the questions that he asked me. Why are you going to the US? Sabi ko, I'm going there for vacation. And then he said, how long are you staying? I said, 3 weeks. He said, are you meeting anyone there? I said, yes. I have a friend who lives there. How do you know this person? And I said, she's my best friend. Do you have any job here in the Philippines? I said, yes, I work in this company. What do you do exactly in your job? So I gave him my job description. I said, I implement products, blah, 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 blah. What do your parents do for a living? And I said what they do for a living. And then he asked me, how old are you? Sabi ko, 28. Have you traveled anywhere else in the past year? And then sinabi ko kung saan. Sabi ko, Korea, Taiwan. Do you have any relatives in the US? And then I said, no. And then he said, congratulations, your visa is approved. So that's the whole duration of the interview. Sobrang straightforward lang niya magtanong. And sobrang straightforward ko lang din naman nagsagot. Ito guys, to be honest, while I was observing around, yung interview kasi, hindi siya yung uupo ka, tas may interview room. Hindi. Para siyang windows. Ano yung sa government? Yung may windows, tas nakapila ka. And then may mic. May mic dun sa labas. So, nag-uusap kayo, rinig ng mga tao. So, nakapila kayo dito. Like, may mga nakapila dito, may nakapila doon. Naririnig ko yung conversations nila. And nakakaba, kasi syempre palapit ka na ng palapit sa pila, tapos yung mga nasa harap mo, denied. Parang, 'di ba, ano mo mafe-feel mo, no? Nakakakaba siya. Pero, just approach the officer na with a smile. Yung mga nasa harap ko na-deny sila lahat eh. Pero nung ako na yung lalapit, sabi ko lang parang, hi, good morning. As in, ngumiti lang talaga ako. Tapos sabi niya, good morning. So if I had to give you some tips on the interview, ito yung mga tips ko. Be straightforward with your answers. Huwag masyadong maraming words. Kung ano lang yung tinanong, yun lang yung sagutin nyo. So for example, ako, tinanong, why are you going to the US? Hindi ko sinabi na, oh, it's always been my dream to go to New York. Hindi na, sabi ko lang vacation. Diba? Yung mabilis lang. Kasi if you think about it, ang dami yung nakapila. They don't have the time and energy to accommodate long answers. Gusto nila yung marinig yung mga words na vacation, tourism. Ayaw nila nung mga words na visit. Kasi pag sinabi mong visit, it implies na meron kang close ties sa US na medyo red flag. So, dapat kung meron ka mang i-visit, that's just a side quest. Pero yung pinaka-goal mo talaga is to go there for your own vacation. Kasi ako, kunwari, I was visiting my friend in New York, pero hindi ko sinabi yung visit. Sabi ko, I'm going there on vacation. And then, siya yung nagtanong sa akin, are you meeting anyone there? And sabi ko, yes, my best friend. Yun lang, hindi na ako nag-explain ano yung trabaho niya, saan siya nakatira. Sabi ko lang, my best friend. Be straightforward, short answers lang, and focus on the narrative na you're going there on vacation. So ano ba yung mga examples of the scenarios na nakita ko na nade-deny sila? Meron na akong nakita na na-deny siya kasi tinanong siya ng officer, have you ever been to other countries? Tapos ang sabi niya, no, this is my first time. Kung isipin mo, medyo sketchy nga naman. Parang all the way from the Philippines, first travel mo, you're gonna go to the US. Hindi siya masyadong convincing. And then may isa pa na tinanong siya, do you have any relatives in the US? Sabi niya, yes. Okay lang naman magkaroon ng relatives in the US. Pero tinanong siya ng officer, how many of your children are still in the Philippines? Tapos ang sagot niya, all of her children are already in the US. So, di ba, red flag yun. Kasi, ba't ka pa babalik ng Pilipinas kung lahat ng anak mo nandun na sa US, di ba? It's giving titira ka na dun. Let's say, pupunta ka sa US for vacation and ang nilagay mo dun is 6 months ka magsistay. Vacation pa ba yung 6 months, diba? Hindi ka na nagtrabaho, ang dami mong savings. Hindi siya convincing. So, make sure that travel dates are convincing. You know, like, use your brain. Parang isipin mo, kung ikaw yung officer, what does this look like? What does this situation look like? Meron akong isang narinig na sabi niya, ang purpose daw niya of the trip is for medical reasons. So, okay, sige, medical reasons. Then, tinanong siya, ano yung address kung saan siya magsastay. And then, meron siyang nilagay na address, which is a home address. Sabi ng officer, whose house is this? Sabi niya, it's the doctor's house. So, parang, you're going for medical reasons, pero titira ka sa bahay ng doctor mo. Parang confusing yon. So, yung officer was like, what? What did you say? It's parang nalito lang siya. So, denied din yung visa kasi ang gulo ng information. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, during the interview, your only goal is to convince this officer na magbabakasyon ka lang and babalik ka sa Pilipinas. So, how can you prove that? You can prove that by showing up to be the tourist that you are. Ano ba yung itsura ng tourist? Like, be clean, be sharp, be presentable. Anything that you can do to make yourself look the part. Kung kailangan mong magmukhang clean girl, then go for it. And then, always stick to your narrative. Huwag kang paiba-iba. Lahat ng mga sinasabi mo sa interview should be consistent with your DS 160. Also, try to be very honest. Be honest. Like, don't give false information just to prove your story. Just be honest. Kung makita nila na parang wala ka namang tinatago or hindi ka naman mukhang sketchy, that's a good thing. So I'm gonna end this video with some of my own personal tips and strategies on how to get approved for a US visa. So number 1, try to travel to other countries first before you go to the US. Actually, matagal ko nang gusto mag-apply ng US visa, but I had to wait for the right timing. Travel muna ako sa ibang countries. So, it was a long journey for me. Nag-Korea ako, super budget travel lang, and then nag-Taiwan din ako, super budget travel lang din. So, those things really helped my application. And another thing is, if you are at a time in your life where ang tagal mo na sa current job mo, let's say you're employed at company A for 5 years na. That's a good thing. Before you resign to any job that you've kept for a long time already, and marami ka pang pera sa account mo, now is the time to apply for your visa. It's much better to wait for the right timing than to apply randomly and then get denied. Kasi pag na-deny ka na once, it's gonna be questionable for the next time that you apply. So, try to make the first application right. Try to really wait for the right time. And if that means that you have to stay a few more months in your current job para mas mahaba yung tenure mo, or if that means you have to travel first to a different country, I think it's worth doing. Like what I did, inintay ko na pumasok yung 13th month before ako nag-print ng bank statement. So things like that. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below and I'm gonna answer all of them para man ma-boost yung engagement ng YouTube ko. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye! Hi friends, good morning. I'm in Brooklyn. This is my first day in New York by myself. I'm so lost. I don't know where I'm going. Anong gagawin ko today?